Hello. I didn't see you there. You happened to stumble upon our castle in this in-between realm of light and darkness, it seems. Oh, that was on purpose. Okay. Well, what can I help you, I guess? Oh, I see. So, you heard about our operations and you wish to join the organization. Well, there's a lot to go through, but I assure you, it's not that difficult. At first, it may be kind of scary, but after going through everything that you need to do, you'll reap many benefits of joining Organization 13. So, first, can I get your name? Let me open a notepad here and write that down. Alright, and how old are you? Alright, before we're going forward into the actual ins and outs of Organization 13 and everything revolving around it, I need you to tell me, or at least follow with your eyes, where this black remote is. I'm going to just move it around. I just need you to follow with your eyes. It's kind of hard to see, that's why I want to test the abilities of your sight real quick and make sure they're up to par to what you need to join Organization 13. Right. Good? Alright. So, I know you have many questions. So, I've written down a couple that you may be asking yourself. So, I'm going to go through some of them and I'm going to ask you a couple questions after I explain a possible question you may have. Right now, I assume you have many questions about the castle and our leader. You look kind of familiar, I think, and your name rings really familiar, kind of strangely to me. Let me introduce myself. My name is Tony. I joined Organization 13 a couple years ago. Me and Anthony are kind of the receptionists for the castle, and every once in a while we go out and do certain missions. Our missions and tasks are varied between taking out the Heartless, if you're familiar with what a Heartless is, and gathering up our army of nobodies to help us deal with the Heartless. Now, there was a different Organization 13 run by a man named Xehanort, and the one before that run by a man named Xemnas. They don't exist anymore. And ever since they've faded away, to put it plainly, we reconstructed the organization from the ground up, and we took over the castle that never was from what was left over from their battles of the Keyblade War. You may be asking, what is exactly our Organization 13? So our Organization 13 wants to do the plain and simple goal of summoning Kingdom Hearts. Now, with that power, our leader wants to do certain things that are kind of classified at the moment, but previously, the previous organizations wanted to balance the realms of light and dark with a new beginning, basically restarting all life throughout the universe and all the different worlds. Oh, and don't mind my little air freshener. It will spray every 9 minutes, and it's kind of important we keep that on. Chad gets in here and he eats a little bit too much of that Chipotle. Very gross. Anyways, Organization 13 now wants to summon Kingdom Hearts, and I've been trying to snoop around myself. I'll tell you a little bit. Don't tell anyone, because I will annihilate you, and I'll make it look like a bloody accident. Alright, so from what I gathered, our leader wants to rejoin with another person, but is not able to do it without the power of Kingdom Hearts. It's not exactly apparent to me why he needs Kingdom Hearts to do this. He has many forms, including me. I am a part of our leader. So is other members of Organization 13, and once you join, you will gain a piece of his heart as well. So that's one of the prerequisites of joining Organization 13. He will be a part of your heart, and you'll be a part of his. It's kind of give and take. We're the current members of Organization 13. We're not a full organization yet. We're still scavenging for members, and you are one to come by, and it'll be great for you to pass your joining exams and be a part of our organization. We haven't had someone like you looking at you right now join our organization, so I think you'd be a very important asset to us. You may be wondering what abilities or powers you may get while joining Organization 13. Well, in the realm of light, there's a device called a multi-dimensional elevator, and it's only a fraction of the power of the dark corridors that we have. Our dark corridors can go to any realm whenever we please, and the people who walk the realm of light can only use these devices that have been built by a certain doctor who meddles in our affairs quite often. I've sworn since the paradox was completed or incompleted or whatever, the paradox no longer exists anymore for this person to exist. He somehow still has remnants of his devices that you left over in the realm of light. I cannot give you this man's name. It's strictly classified. But you'll gain the powers of the Dark Corridor. And if you haven't yet, we'll bequeath you. Oh. You already have a Keyblade? That is quite curious. Why would a Keyblade wielder like you want to join Organization 13? I see. We have a problem with him too. He's been meddling in our affairs for years, and quite frankly, he's quite a pest. So the risk of joining Organization 13 is that you will be cut off from the rest of the world. Here in the castle that never was, we do have entertainment. We have a certain nerd-like person who plays retro video games, and very bad ones for our amusement. We have a whole catalog of his adventures when he was in the realm of light, and we usually binge watch his adventures before joining of the organization. He doesn't don the coat. He's the one exception in Organization 13 that doesn't don the coat. The structure of Organization 13 and our hierarchy is quite simple. You might be wondering who are the members of Organization 13. I was going to get into that, but I kind of rambled on past it by accident. But we have Onyx, who is the ex-leader of our Organization 13. And then we have Anthony, me, Chad, and the nerd. And our leader, his name, well, no one really knows his true name. But he's going by an alias named Marineman. Now, he's not a person that you've mentioned. This is somebody else, and nobody in the organization knows who he truly is. And we are kind of scared of what power he holds. He explained to us that he's defeated us in multiple timelines to take over the organization, and he showed us proof. He's held pieces of Onyx's heart from multiple timelines. Even taking a alternate universe Chad and thrusting him in the future in the timeline of the realm of light. And he was vanquished by some guardians of light. It's not easy to see who he truly is. He also is claimed within that same future that I have perished, and that Onyx was around doing his thing. So I do not know how this Marineman person moves throughout our realm, but it's quite curious and quite unnerving that he showed us our hearts without actually taking our hearts. So we appointed him as the new leader. How Organization 13 runs within the bigger sense of things, we have our missions, like I mentioned, and every once in a while we talk to the Marineman that's in the realm of light. So we kind of try to pull a string and take him on a terrible journey and kind of play with him. It's our pastime while we stir him away from getting the power of Kingdom Hearts. So, other than our missions to collect hearts to help power our leader and his ability to artificially forge the Keyblade, he will use it to unlock Kingdom Hearts and do whatever he pleases to plan on doing. Our review on Darkness and Light is it's a thin veil, and within it we seek the truth about which realm should conquer. Now, our leader thinks darkness should conquer. Onyx thinks darkness should conquer. But some of us, like me and Anthony, we just follow our orders. And, like, come on, give us a break. We're the receptionists. So, other than that, we do as we're told. Chad, on the other hand, when he's on his missions, he kinda gets into trouble. He tends to wander off. Last time, he fumbled really badly, but he was able to resummon our leader, whose voice, well, not his voice, who's had Onyx's voice. Now, I'm not sure about Onyx and our leader's relationship. It seems very strange, and I think Onyx is still a bit mad about losing leadership over Organization 13. But something tells me things will change once he sees you. Anyways, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions now. A couple things about yourself. We're not gonna do any medical stuff today, but I am gonna ask you more questions in general. So, when is the last time that you had to use your Keyblade in battle? Okay. When's the last time that you use any magic with the Keyblade? The same time? Okay, I'll just put an asterisk here for you. How often do you use your Keyblade powers? Every day. Do you use them in public? Some of us kind of frown upon that, but I guess it's different in the realm of light. When I was walking the realm of light with my Keyblade, I kept my Keyblade powers a secret. I was kind of trying to be a superhero. But I'll get into that after I ask you your questions. So you say at least once a week? Okay. Do you have any ties to the Heroes of Light? No? Are you sure? Alright, I'm trusting you. Do you have a current occupation right now? Alright, so you're going to have to quit that job. Because we actually do have payment benefits. I forget to mention. We pay $24 an hour, and you're on the clock 24/7, and you get paid every 3 to 4 days. Sometimes when it's leap year, the 3 goes to 4, and it's some technical stuff with our systems, but you'll get paid at least every 3 days. And you might wanna, if you are from certain parts of the United States, you might want to check what tax bracket you're going to be in, because 24 an hour, 24/7, it's going to raise your tax bracket. So do not worry. We deal with taxes our own ways. Our leader has his ways. Chad right now is saving up for a brand new attachment to the castle none of it was. He's going to make a whole brand new room for our foe, and kind of like a little secret room that we will keep our foe Marineman in. But until then, you'll be paid handsomely. Sorry, but yes. So must quit job. Are you in a relationship right now? I know that's pretty straightforward, but it's very important with this line of work. Alright. Do you have a least favorite food? Me too. Now, what is your most favorite food? I'm not one for fish myself, but I can see it. Do you have a certain type of aura that you want to be in? And when I explain that, I mean, what kind of like style do you want your room to be in, and what kind of coat style do you want? Right. Now the most of the castle is white, but you having an all blacked out room, it's gonna be an interesting change. Now, this is a very important question. Do you have any offspring? Any siblings? Family at all? Are you detached from them? Well, that's probably for the best, since our line of work is kind of mandatory in 24/7. Your room will be very beautiful and decorated, I'm sure. You get to go out and pick your stuff, all paid by the organization. We have almost unlimited wealth here due to our ties to certain organizations outside Organization 13. Now, how often do you travel to go on vacations? once a year. That's good because we have a mandatory 2-week vacation every year where it's mandatory that everyone leaves the castle that never was and goes to the beach. Northern beaches, southern beaches, beaches in the realm of darkness. We make sure that our employees are happy. And if you ever need to take a break, you can take it up to me or Anthony, and we'll take it up to our leader. But I'm pretty sure he's going to want you to work pretty aggressively, taking a look at you. So, let's see, what else here? Okay, with vacations. So, another thing we have to ask is that have you have access to any Keyblade history? Some libraries in the Realm of Light have far amounts of history with the Keyblade Wars. Are you familiar with any of them? You read up quite a bit. Right, so I'm gonna put down general knowledge. We'll close off for today's session because it's getting pretty late out, and I think you need to get into your room for Organization 13. I need to give you your new name. So, you step back. Yep. Alright. Usually our leader does this, but I think it's important that I do it. I don't think Onyx should be the one to do it either. There's some familiarity about you that puts me off, and I want to make sure that you are safe. So, I'm going to give you this sigil, and I'm going to give it to you. Now, this will track you wherever you go. There's no running from Organization 13, although we allow breaks and vacations, but it's breaks and vacations on our time. There's no betraying Organization 13. You will be vanquished, and your heart will be ours. And the last thing is, all that stuff in the Realm of Light that you know is now gone. And what I mean by that is that your life in the Realm of Light is over. And this is the new you. Your new name. Anyways, I think you should go ahead and make yourself at home in the castle that never was. There is a hallway down over there, and past my desk and everything, and it will lead you to an elevator, and your room is on the 13th floor, right next to our leaders. Now, usually that room is reserved for a special person, but I think you're that special person. Anyways, I gotta go continue my work on watching over some of Onyx's reports. It seems like there was a system link connected to our systems, and I need to make sure that everything is secure. So if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and follow you in.